Eaton's, Simpson's, Woodward's, Morgan's.
If those names hit you like a wave of memory, the smell of perfume counters, the soft hum of escalators, the echo of your mother's heels on polished floors, you already feel it. You were there. You remember the weight of a shopping bag in your hand, the warm air that greeted you as the glass doors opened, and the way Christmas lights made every window look like magic. These weren't just stores. They were where you got your first winter coat, where your parents bought your school shoes every August, where whole cities gathered when Santa came to town, where your grandmother took you for lunch on the 9th floor and made you feel like you were suddenly grown up. In the 1960s, 10 department stores shaped Canadian life. They defined downtowns, they defined families, they defined who we were. And now, every single one is gone, or a shadow of what it once was. Let's go back, one last time, and remember what we lost. Downtown Canada, 1965. Picture it, 1965. A crisp Saturday morning. Your mother calls out, "We're going downtown today," and that alone feels exciting. You put on your good clothes. Not church clothes, just the nice ones. Your father adjusts his tie. Someone complains about a scarf itching their neck. And then the adventure begins. You either take the streetcar or pile into the family car, squeezing between coats and shopping lists. Downtown feels like the beating heart of the world. The sidewalks bustle with life. Store windows are already decorated for Christmas, even though it's barely November. And every building seems taller when you're a kid. Back then, shopping wasn't an errand, it was an event. You didn't rush. You didn't browse online. You made a day of it. Eaton's first, then Simpson's across the street. If you were in Montreal, Morgan's and Dupuis Frères waited for you. If you lived out west, Woodward's was practically a religion. People talked to sales clerks who actually knew their merchandise. They remembered your name. They'd tuck things aside for you and say, "Come back tomorrow, we might get another shipment." It was the kind of service that felt personal, almost neighborly. A single income could support a family. You could buy a house, raise children, take vacations, and still afford a new winter coat from a Canadian department store. These places weren't just businesses. They were anchors. They sponsored charities, local sports teams, holiday parades, and community events. To understand 1960s Canada, you must understand these 10 stores. Let's walk through their doors together. Number 1. Eaton's. The Empire. The Giant. The Canadian dream in retail form. Founded in 1869 by Timothy Eaton, Eaton's quickly became more than a store. It became a national symbol. Whether or not you had one in your city didn't matter. The catalog reached everywhere. Rural farms, northern towns, prairies, Newfoundland, Yukon. If you could get mail, you could get Eaton's. The Christmas wish book was practically scripture. Kids circled toys, dog-eared pages, and dreamed big dreams. For many families, the catalog wasn't just a shopping guide. It was entertainment, education, and hope. And the guarantee? Good satisfactory or money refunded. No questions asked. No suspicion. Eaton's trusted Canadians, and Canadians trusted Eaton's in return. When the Eaton Santa Claus Parade aired on CBC, Christmas officially began. Your mother's Eaton's credit card wasn't a piece of plastic. It was a badge of middle-class pride. But in 1999, the unthinkable happened. Eaton's died, and when it fell, something inside the country fell with it. Number 2. Simpson's. The eternal rival. Eaton's and Simpson's were the Leafs and Canadians of department stores. Everyone had a favorite, and loyalty ran deep. Founded in 1858, Simpson's was elegant, refined, and unmistakably Canadian. Its crown jewel, the Arcadian Court in Toronto, made everyday families feel like royalty. White tablecloths, silver tea services, chandeliers. It felt like stepping into another world. But the heartbreak came in 1978 when Simpson's sold to Sears, a Canadian institution handed over to an American giant. People kept shopping there, hoping it would stay the same. It didn't. The soul faded. And by the time Sears collapsed in 2017, most had forgotten Simpson's ever existed. Number 3. Woodward's. Western Canada's beloved icon. The red W still makes Vancouverites misty-eyed. Woodward's wasn't just popular, it was woven into the culture. The legendary $1.49 day was retail madness in its purest form. Crowds camped overnight. Police were called. Aisles became battlegrounds of determination and elbows. If you survived $1.49 day, it became part of your personality. And the food floor, oh, the food floor. The smell of Woodward's popcorn was irresistible. Families made outings just to walk through, even if they didn't buy anything. When Woodward's closed in 1993, the West Coast lost a piece of itself. Number 4. Morgan's, Montreal's English-speaking pride. Founded in 1845, Morgan's was known for elegance, Art Deco beauty, and impeccable service. For Anglophones in Montreal, this store felt like home, a little piece of British heritage in a vibrant bilingual city. In 1972, the Hudson's Bay Company absorbed Morgan's, changing the name to the Bay. The store continued, but the identity didn't. For many, it felt like losing a chapter of Montreal's cultural story. Number 5. Dupuis Frères, Montreal's French-Canadian counterpart. Where Morgan's served the English, Dupuis Frères served Quebec's francophone population. It represented economic independence and cultural pride during an era of identity struggle. Its closure in 1978 wasn't just a business ending. It felt like a cultural loss. Number 6. Fryman's, Ottawa's crown jewel on Rideau Street. Founded in 1868, Fryman's was known for quality, excellent service, and its deep connection to the community. Parliament Hill staffers often grabbed lunch there. Families bought suits, school clothes, and wedding dresses under its roof. When it closed in 1972, Ottawa's downtown felt emptier, quieter, less alive. Number 7. David Spencer, Ltd. Before Woodward's dominated, Spencer's was the West Coast's first major department store. Founded in 1873, it expanded from Victoria to Vancouver. Even after Eaton's bought it in 1948, older generations kept calling it Spencer's. The name mattered more than the sign. Number 8. Ogilvy's, Montreal again, this time the Scottish-English merchant class. Founded in 1866, Ogilvy's had charm, character, and the legendary bagpiper who played every day at noon. Miraculously, Ogilvy's still exists in modern form, one of the few survivors that kept a piece of its soul. Number 9. Army and Navy. Not fancy, not polished, but honest. Founded in 1919, Army and Navy was Canada's original discount department store, long before Walmart. Working-class families relied on it. It didn't pretend to be grand. It just served people well. Number 10. Hudson's Bay the Bay. The oldest company on the list, founded in 1670. The Bay absorbed Morgan's, outlasted Eaton's and Simpson's, and today remains the last standing department store. But the soul? Some say it faded long ago, lost in corporate restructuring and modern retail battles. How the empire fell. The decline didn't happen overnight. At first, it looked like progress, the rise of suburban malls. Yorkdale opened in 1964, anchored by Eaton's and Simpson's themselves. Convenient parking, warm indoor corridors, everything under one roof. But malls didn't save department stores. They diluted them. Instead of one iconic flagship, chains stretched themselves thin across suburbs. Downtown suffered. Service thinned. Identity blurred. Then American chains arrived. Kmart, Walmart, later, online shopping. The final blow came in 1997 when Eaton's first declared bankruptcy. They tried to restructure, tried to modernize. But by 1999, the empire collapsed. For many Canadians, losing Eaton's felt like losing part of the country. The untold stories. Here's something wild. You could order an entire house from the Eaton's catalog, delivered by rail, pre-cut, ready to assemble. Thousands were built. There were also labor strikes, especially Eaton's 1984-85 strike, a bitter 6-month battle that damaged trust and accelerated the company's downfall. And then Woodward's $1.49 day, pure retail legend. Stories of crowds, chaos, laughter, bruises, bargains. A generation remembers it like a sporting event. These stories shaped Canada. What we truly lost. Shopping used to be personal. human, ritualistic. You walked through tall revolving doors into warm air. You were greeted by clerks who remembered your name. You ate in ninth-floor restaurants with real silver teapots. You didn't feel rushed. You felt valued. Department stores gave stable jobs, careers that lasted decades. They supported communities, charities, immigrant families learning English through catalogs, and teenagers getting their first jobs behind counters. These stores gave us belonging. We didn't just shop there. We grew up there. What remains? Some buildings survive, repurposed, renovated, transformed. The Eaton Center carries the name, but not the spirit. Woodward's still has its red W. The Arcadian Court is now an event hall. Old stores became condos, offices shells of memory. But the real legacy isn't brick or mortar. It's stories. It's memories. It's the spark you feel when you hear these names. Eaton's, Simpson's, Woodward's, Morgan's, Dupuis Freres, Fryman's, Spencer's, Ogilvy's, Army and Navy, the Bay. 10 names, 10 institutions, 10 threads of a Canada that no longer exists, but still lives quietly in the memories of those who walk their aisles. So tell us, which store was yours? What do you remember most? The catalog? The parades? The restaurants? The clerks who knew your family? Share your memories below, because when we tell these stories, they don't fade. They live.